Hello everyone and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. I have another game also with John Hawkwood here as a guest against the same opponent, I think a day or two later he said, and different decks, at least a different red deck for John Hawkwood. Last time we had Red Dragons and, well, you want to introduce yourself and tell us what we have to look forward to today.
Yes, John Hawkwood here, aka Sasha, fighting Maurice, arguably my rival since I play a lot of time. And I'm playing East German Mech instead of Moto, since I've been doing a ton of Moto the last month and a half. But I'm playing East German Mech this game since, well, first of all, I'm doing the highway opener, opening into Triangle Forest, much like Maurice did my last game against him. Yeah. And I'm doing Mech because the MBT-70 is actually really frustrating to play against this Moto since it's 10 RPM HE, or 10 RPM 5 HE and an autocannon, and it just shreds infantry so fast. Even like Special Forces and Legion 90s disintegrate. So it's like, okay, I want some real tanks.
Gotcha. Was this ranked or was this a friendly?
Ranked.
Ooh, okay. So I'm assuming you guys knew that each other were queuing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, grudge match of the ages. Yeah. So one of the things that we had in the last game was particularly in the mid and late game, there were a lot of tanks that were tough to deal with, and I think, I don't know, I thought you handled the MBT-70s pretty well, but I think with the T-72S1s it looks like you're done being bothered by M1A1 Abrams. Is that sort of the case? Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit.
And well, see, okay, in the highway game we looked at with my Red Dragon Moto, yeah, MBTs weren't really a problem. But I played some other games against Maurice in the same time period where they really were being a problem.
I gotcha.
So look how good Cav Scouts are.
Wait. Oh no. I mean, for 15 points, this is a 10-point thing. Hilo dropped Cav Scouts. Frankly,
Yeah,
I'm more scared of the helicopter.
Yeah, me too. You know, twin miniguns.
Yeah. So that explains what happened over here. Probably another Black Hawk over there dropping Cav Scouts. And like, if your whole goal is to get recon with them, I guess they can do that. So like from your perspective, there's recon over here that you can't see, which is not great.
Yeah, so I misclicked my Strela, and so I don't actually have any AA with my triangle push.
Oh,
it's over there.
Okay. No, you have AA. Look at this. This is anti-air, right? Yeah. 1750 meter range. What could go wrong against a USA deck? I have no idea. Okay.
So I don't really know where his opener is. And in this situation, I'm always wondering, do I like risk it all and just start sending stuff into Boris?
That's what I do, frankly. But you know, we talked about this last time, how people on the side of the board you're now on sort of over focus on Boris, but I mean, you have so much here, it almost seems a shame not to. Like, what's in these BMP ones?
Mochutzen.
Yeah, if you can get, I'm assuming Mochutzen 90 from the veterancy. If you can get those up here and into these towns, like that could, you know, I was about to say that could end the game quickly, but 48 minutes, we had an 8-minute setup, probably you guys chatting on Discord's my guess, and yeah, there's the MBTs. Oh
yeah,
no.
T-72S taking their sweet time to kill that.
Yeah, and base Mochutzen as well. Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, they were shooting the light rifleman instead.
Oh no, that's a micro moment.
Yeah, I told them to shoot the MT-70, but I would have preferred to keep the BMP ones alive. But yeah, like the ZPTUs, I mean, they're superfluous. Maybe that's not the right word, but I don't. It doesn't matter if I lose them.
Adaptable, or cheap, or I'm not quite sure what you're going for with that.
Well, I just mean they're expendable.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
So whoops.
Well, he found his opener. That's double MBT-70. I think he was doing a full-on Gregory push by the look of it. Nighthawk.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh.
Look where my recon is in Gregory, and look for a certain vehicle corpse in that area.
Oh no. So Special Clara right here. Do you get a CV?
No, it's there behind the special Nowski or special.
Special Elf Color.
I killed a Patriot.
Oh no. Wait.
Yeah, it's like a.
Where? Show me.
See.
No, that's the Black Hawk.
It's somewhere in there.
It should be in this section. Oh.
I think you just.
Oh, yeah, yep, there it is. Oh my goodness, that's such a good pickup early. Really nice. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but look what happens. Like, guess looks what happens to my T-72. It's the same thing that Maurice did to me. Like, I just picked off his triangle push for the bomber and the recon tank. He just kills mine with planes and the longbow.
Oh my goodness. Didn't even waste 2 on the first one, just 1 missile's enough. Oh, that's so goofy. Yeah, I mean, this is almost a mirror of what happened before with him just going around, and of course, I think you've gotten through a bit farther, but no luck finding the CV so far. There's a pivads. This looks like it's overextended because of this longbow, because of what's happening right now. God, that hurts. Man.
Yeah, the half tracks weren't gonna do anything. It's a longbow unless you really miss microed.
Yeah, I mean, he's close enough. Like, he's right over it, but still has an autocannon. It's not something to be ignored. This, frankly, looks a lot tougher than your previous opener.
Yeah. Okay, so I decided to go. I know the CV has to be in the forest at this point. That sends it out.
Oh god, it didn't even drop.
Also, that being said, the RBF is one of my favorite Iron Bombers.
Really?
Not that it's particularly amazing, I just really like it.
30 ECM, pretty quick. I can see why. Oh,
yeah, it's decent variability.
Alright, well, if you don't mind, right here as we watch this CV absolutely get blasted, I'm going to go ahead and do my selfish plug a little earlier than usual. This is YouTube channel survive on likes, subscribes, and all that sort of jazz that frankly makes me feel a little bit dirty asking for, but, you know, when I do, I see better results than when I don't. So, if you don't mind, like, share, subscribe, all that YouTuber nonsense, and let's get on with this replay. So, it seems to me you're almost looking at the map sort of from this perspective right now. What was your focus?
Yeah, it was really... I have no idea why it was so eager to push regularly. Like, it's so easy to get back into when you think about it, and there's no point to do that. Like, I should have been pushing. I should have taken all the towns, like taking the towns in front of Boris.
So here,
and pushed L in the towns too. Like, I have no idea why I was focusing on Gregory then. It was just not a good idea.
I mean, if I had to take a guess, and this is just a guess, it might be the same reason that Maurice was focusing on it for you the other game, which is you view this as your side of the board, right? And it always sucks to have somebody on what you consider your side of the board. So I've seen this on a couple other maps as well, like Paddyfield. If you get into the +1 solidly on one side, people will just over focus on it. Like if the top side gets into the +1, like the corner of that +1, people will give up on pushing their advantage just to try to retake that. And when you look at the replay later on, sometimes it would have been a better idea just to try and push the advantage where you had it, because every push comes at a cost, right? And the cost of your opponent's opener here was very clearly the entire middle of the board, right? So that's not cheap. That's a really big cost. Conquerors. Why not take the Conquerors M in Mech, where you have the higher veterancy?
They don't get a Conquerors M.
Oh, you don't?
Nope, not in East Germany.
Oh, East German, not Eastern Bloc. Okay. Alright, that explains it.
Yeah,
so,
I don't really like playing coalitions that much.
Yeah, I have kind of noticed that. Although, you know, that Blue Dragon's armor, Blue Dragon's, so I hear anyway, is a bit of a coalition.
Yeah, sometimes Blue Dragons is funny enough for me to withstand.
You ever done Japan armor?
Yeah, I have actually.
It's really goofy.
6 key Mars.
Yeah, outvet it. Well, no, 6 down vet, but still, what, 6 at hardened, I think? Or is it veteran?
6 at veteran.
Jesus.
And armored.
God, that's goofy. No, I almost wonder if South Korea armored wouldn't be that bad either, because you don't get a true super, but some maps you don't need it, and I think the infantry selection is a little bit better there.
Or South Korean mech, because in South Korea you get 3 peace pheasants per card, so you get 6 peace pheasants in your deck.
Right, so then the idea with mech is you make up for the lack of supers with the plane tab, but the struggle for me always with that is I feel like even Blue Dragon's mech really struggles to have high impact infantry. So you run into somebody using a bunch of special forces, or not even that, but like grindy shocks like for example Entente's Proletary, and it's a real pain to deal with that. And it's a little weird to have a mech deck where infantry is your problem. But maybe that's also that I'm not using the units in the best way. So one thing, if I could just make an observation here, between this game and the last one, there's been a lot of positional play. And I know personally I like to play a little bit slower than some. I'm not really a moto enjoyer, but you have incredibly positional play. Is that just sort of how you prefer to do things, or is that is there a particular reason for it here?
Oh, what do you mean by positional play?
So, okay, so sometimes people send me stuff, or I watch replays against, I mean, Lord Pie is maybe a bad example, because he's one of the best wargame players around, but plenty of people, and they don't have as much stationary all the time, right? They're always trying to push somewhere, or they're always just sort of moving things around, and a lot of the times it seems like you get something into a position where you're happy, and then that really doesn't move from where you're happy with it until it absolutely has to. That's sort of what I mean by positional.
I mean,
And that's not a dig, it's just an observation.
well, Mac's definitely slower, but I mean, when I'm playing against US, like I'm just terrified of Nighthawks. Like I'm absolutely, like I do everything in my power not to overextend.
Gotcha. So what we have here is just an abundance of due caution. I'd really like to see one of your games against a non-USA deck then, because I'm curious. I don't know, I mean, clearly I watch replays as a hobby, but like I love seeing how people play differently on different maps, or differently against different opponents, or things like that. So I'd love to see it when you are a little bit less thinking about all those USA unicorn units. Because I'd really be curious if it's the same sort of just don't overextend at any cost, or if there's more sort of movement there, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean I can be really aggressive in my moto decks.
Yeah, I mean, that's Moto, though, eh? It hasn't gone up on the channel as of when we're talking now, but I actually was talking with Haymaker recently, because I think he's really innovated with Commonwealth Moto, Commonwealth Moto, and I really love it, because it's not what people think about when they think of a Moto deck. So I was actually meaning to, I'm thinking about starting a series with just unorthodox decks that people really love to play, because I feel like we see a lot of similar stuff sometimes, especially when you start seeing sort of Kernel and above, where they play really like one deck most often, and it's always sort of that big name, right? So it's like Baltic Moto, or it's Blue Moto, or it's, you know, Scandi Mac, Entente Mac, things like that. Which, like, I do that. I play a lot of Scandi Mac when I really want to have the best chance of winning. Oh, please tell me you get this.
No, unfortunately.
Ah, man. So,
But yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
so this goes into like what I was talking about, where it's impossible to defend Gregory and Sinner. Like if another person has Dimitri control, it's just you can't stop them from getting units up there.
Yeah.
Like,
Ironically,
just
this
get
guy's in the
mode shoots
same
and recon up
position
there.
as Maurice's infantry last game.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What do you think of Mochits in 90?
I think they're amazing. I mean, it's 24 AP.
Even with the 10 RPM, 525 meter range? Because something like a Panzergren 90 would have killed that.
Yeah, Panzergren's 90 are 25 points. Mode shoots in 90 are 20 points.
Yeah, fair. Fair. You know what's 5 points? The M113A3. I hear it's 5 points. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help that one. Okay. So what sort of planes do you get in East Germany exclusively? It's not a deck I've ever fiddled with, really.
No, East German Air Tav is actually really nice. I take it's 2 RBFs, then I get 4 to 95 point clusters. Then I take the Fire and Frigate ASF.
Right.
And then I take the guided ATGM plane, but I almost never call it out.
Gotcha. Yeah, the MiG is the 150 pointer, I think?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think people overlook it for the Polish one, but I've always wondered if it's pretty good. Seems like it could be. This is
Not
tricky.
bad.
This is really tricky, because the longbow can definitely kill this if it sees it in time.
Well, yeah, I'm expecting that Tinga's gonna trade out here.
Yeah.
Goes a little worse than that, though.
Cool. I like that. No doink. No, okay, good. Oh.
Right as the Nighthawk was coming out, which is convenient.
And you circled. Oh, please tell me you get at least one missile. Boom, 1-2. Oh, goodness gracious, that's
You look
beautiful.
at the longbow?
Okay, 3 health.
Oh, look at that closer. It's landed.
Oh no. Oh, it's gonna absolutely wreck the. Oh my god.
Okay, so now look some more.
Is your T-72S going to get it?
Yeah, but the T-72S is also gonna die.
Oh my god. This thing is cracked. Yep, 2 missiles on the way. Fire and forgets. I feel like Fire and Forget should have an exception if the thing that fired it no longer exists. And like, I know that doesn't make sense, but oh man, that's brutal. Because that's 85 point anti-air, 120 point tank, 150 point longbow, and it picked up like other kills as well. Weakened the moat shoots in. Like that's such a good single unit, man. Such a good unit.
Also, Moat shoots in and BMP1, like since you can give him at lead, it's such a ridiculously good card. Like since it's a 25-point combo, and BMP1s are amazing for 10 points.
Are those auto-loaded? Are the East German ones auto-loaded, or not so much?
I'm pretty sure it's the East German ones are auto-loaded, and the Finnish ones that aren't auto-loaded.
Yeah.
But I'd have to check. One of them is auto-loaded, it has less RPM, and the other one is auto-loaded, or isn't auto-loaded, but has more RPM.
Yeah, the Finnish one I know is not auto-loaded, because I played a lot of Finland. It's very much not auto-loaded, so if one is, one isn't, then I'm tempted to say this one is. But I'd be curious if people could check me on that. Blackhawk, Cobra. Man. This is why... Okay, so Scandimac is hands down my favorite deck, and it's my favorite deck for this reason. Because sometimes you just need a man-pads team. So I bet you're going to pick up the Cobra here as well, or...
I don't
is that line
remember
of
if I
sight?
do.
Oh, that's line of sight, because you're looking through... Yeah, that's looking through all of this forest instead of being just over here. So close. So close, because it definitely has the range. Okay, so blue's ticking +1, 57 to 61. Not a lot of control in Elena. Were you worried at this point?
Oh, what did you say?
Were you worried?
Yeah, it goes very shaky first portion of the game. Like, less map control.
Both of the T-72s
not really there.
dying, the third one dying over here. Oh,
Yeah,
there's the
I'm not
Cobra.
necessarily trading great either.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, given that... Oh. Maurice, I complimented your micro the last game, but 1, 2, 3... Oh, that hurts.
I do a little honesty check here.
Okay, so what's your plan then to get back into this?
Well, the MI-24P.
Yeah.
Okay, that dies. So, but besides that, I mean, just continue pushing with mode shoots and BMP1s.
I would have laughed my ass off if that dead helicopter had landed on the CV. Nice follow-up there, by the way.
Oh yeah, and here, like, this is really risky since there's a million things that can kill unsupported infantry in the open. But I'm like desperate to get a CV out of the Greery, and I know it's in the forest right there, so okay, I'm just gonna push it.
Oh, did that survive? No, it's
That's
empty.
empty.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like at this point you do to him what he did to you last game, right? And just get a couple of CV kills, put him behind on points from there, because you watch the Humvee drive in here, and with East German, you have 60 activation points. I'd be really surprised if you don't bring some heavy some heavy artillery in this one.
I don't actually.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I get any good ones. I don't get the Mista, so.
Yeah, I mean, not everything's the Mista though. I'm really not familiar with it. Even something like the Gvozdika, which I know is not East German, but even something like that, like I don't know, maybe I crutch on heavy artillery, but it's just so nice when you have it.
Yeah, I mean, all I get in East German mech is the borders, Grovstikas, and the 55-point Akatsias. Like, not really CV sniping stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't even get the 75 points version?
No, I mean, does East Germany get a 75-point version? I'm not sure if they do.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look after this, because I'm really curious. I'd be intrigued to try East German mech, even if it's not my usual cup of tea. I've just never been able to figure out a way that makes it look like something that makes sense to me, but I don't know, like, I guess, so because Scandi mech is probably my best deck, sometimes I get called a bit of a mech brain, but I really, like, that's the only mech deck that I like, and I've tried others. Like, I don't even really like Entente mech, which is a statement, because that deck is phenomenal. It's not the deck's problem, it's my problem. Okay. Is that gonna pick up? No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Hutchinson. Okay. So the Conquerors here is gone. I feel like both games, your opponent has gotten really nice control of the towns here. Does he have stuff in there right now, or are these vacant?
The middle one's vacant.
But this one almost certainly full. What do you think the priority on these two is from your side of the map? Is it high? Is it sort of like nice if you have it but not make or break? What do you think?
I mean, if the other person has infantry in the middle town, like, you're losing the game.
Yeah, but
like,
that's
like you're
different
gonna
from
lose Dimitri
saying...
now.
Yeah, that's different from saying that it's a high priority for you to have it, though, right? Like, those are two different statements.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really high priority. Not in this situation, since I'm kind of focusing elsewhere, but like that middle of town gives you an insane amount of vision and control and zoning.
Yeah.
Like you can't push all Dimitri out until that's neutralized.
Gotcha. It also gives like really nice vision into Elena as well. Although recently I've started doing like recon infantry here-ish, because every time I get in here I just get shelled or bombed. I mean, people will watch you walk in.
It's kind of hard to figure out what to put in there, especially since AT gym teams are so fragile. Like, you should have buffaloes; those are godly if you're in that town, or like something like that. But normal, two-mans. Yeah, Daft dies because 0 armor helicopter.
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for the day that people look at the KT and since it's nerf, I think it's good, but it's no longer completely cracked because it's on armor. Alright, so it also dies to small arms fire that quickly. And because it doesn't aim as quickly, infantry doesn't get stunned as quickly, which means that they shoot at you for longer. Oh, this is brutal. Brutal stuff.
Yeah, he's taking +2 on me currently.
Yeah, 172 to 61. I almost feel like it might have been... Oh, please tell me you get revenge for this.
See, the thing was, my RBF was already on the map, and I forgot that. So when I called out the seed and targeted RBF at the same time, I thought they were both of each other. I didn't realize the RBF was going to be super far ahead since it was already up.
Man. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I've done the same thing where, like, you think you evac it, but you didn't quite, and you call it out again, and... Oh, block 52. Yeah. He's quite good with those ASFs.
Now I have another honesty check.
At what point does it go from being an honesty check to a dishonesty check, though?
I mean, it's just a single helicopter. It's not even a shorted one.
That's true. Did you see that at the time, or not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I 100% saw it.
Gotcha.
I think it was no turret, so it almost doesn't work.
Yeah. I think this thing, yeah, if you just get close enough.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if it's like hovering over it, I don't think you can even target.
Huh.
Like, I have to back up there.
That's kind of goofy. Alright. The double, this is 5 HE? Yeah, 5 HE. Tunsha.
Aren't those 3 HE?
No. 5.
Wow, I didn't know that, actually, damn.
You're calling it out.
It doesn't feel like 5 HE.
Oh yeah. I mean, they just miss a lot. I almost prefer 3 HE for anti-infantry purposes because the you get the higher volume of them, a higher volume of fire, for the same point cost. And I've had a lot of times where my 5HE just misses. Like, I'll have the infantry spotted and I'll fire on it, and it just goes right around it, like you bracket it, like you're doing right now. Or I guess that was probably the other thing.
Yeah, no, that was 5 positioning TACOM still.
Yeah. I need to test what happens when you right-click on infantry and you lose vision. Because I don't know if it keeps the corrected shot or not. I don't know if it just stops firing. Like, I've heard some people right-click their mortars, but I've never really given that a try.
Yeah, no, I always like
Fire position.
Fire position.
This could be really nice. I feel like he... So you flipped it now, so you're getting the +2, not the other way around. And I think that's really putting your opponent in... Oh no, okay, that's why he's pushing. That's why he's pushing.
Yeah, it's like, uh-oh, that's not good.
I was gonna say, like, when we just saw the MBT-70s, that looked like an overextend. But, yeah, okay. M1A2 anchors the push. That'll work. This is nice vision. This is very nice. So you're counter-capping there. Sensor probably will be recapped, and I'm guessing your bomber is what got the CV kill here earlier.
Yeah.
So how do you plan on dealing with the M1A2?
Praying. I mean, I'm like desperately calling him mode shoots at 90 right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, no, when I saw, I was like, oh,
cluster.
that's not good.
That was the cluster plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also calling out the guided ATGM plane.
Oh, yeah.
Since
Here's
I
a
like
question though. Do you think South Africa on spec could be made into a good deck?
I don't know, probably. And if South Africa modal works, I mean, South Africa and spec let's work.
Well, maybe. A lot of people argue that you don't really lose much that South Africa needs when you go to Moto. But I don't hate the login. I think it's a side grade from the 121.
Well, I mean, dude, South Africa modal can't really deal with tanks.
Yeah, that's fair, because you don't have ATGMs. Well, not strong ones anyway.
Yeah, you don't have 5 free ATGM planes either.
Yeah.
Like, but even the cheaper tanks, like Recats, you know, he's die so easily, even if they have a lot of firepower. Yeah, here's how. Well, you'll see.
Conquerors. Oh, come on, yes, side armor? Side armor, oh, beautiful. I know you're East Germany, but like spacious skies, amber waves of grain, the whole deal. Didn't even need this.
Yeah, no. I'm losing, unfortunately.
Oh no. What's the AA situation for East Germany? Do you get sort of big anti-plane or not so much?
Oh, you get the 4.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And you also get the 45 plane cub.
I've never tried that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could triple stack it, and that'd probably be funny. I mean,
yeah. I mean, people do that with cheaper stuff, double stacking anyway. And I don't mind the range on it so much because, I mean, the Tora doesn't even have that great range against planes anyway. So in terms of positioning, it's pretty similar. Oh, man.
Yeah,
okay.
roll 3850.
And 1. Ooh. That's risky. Dead pivots? Oh, you lost the plane, and... Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay. What's the top armor on these? 1 top. I do kind of have to question the cluster plane if it can't kill a 1 top armor spotted unit with a fire position.
I get 4 and for 90 points, so.
Oh yeah.
And they're decently survivable.
Well, the question is, if you need 2 to actually do anything, is that really cheaper at that point? P2. I like this.
It's more plane HP in the plane train.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A10? Looks like an A10. Yeah, that's an A10. Alright. So, A10, Navy SEALs, not a ton of fire support here available. And you do get the recaps back to +2. Double ASF up here. So it seems to me that at this point, your opponent is trying to get the USA air spam going. That was a nice intercept.
But he doesn't have a Nighthawk, so kind of what for?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the what for is probably the A10, especially if he takes... You get 2 down vet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that could still be pretty brutal, even against mech. But let's see, how many planes have we seen? So we've seen the ASF, we've seen the Nighthawk, we've seen an A10. That's only 3 though. Have we seen anything else?
Well, it's 2 ASFs, an A10, and Nighthawk, so 4 total so far.
Gotcha. I do wonder if he takes a 5-card plane tab or not, because if it is 5 cards, that could be Seed, or it could be... I've seen a lot of people run the 1,000-kilogram bomber. And just like as a backup in case you lose your Nighthawk. That could be pretty rough. But on the other hand...
he runs the Raven.
Okay, he does. Yeah, Tor 3850. Do you remember how much range the 45-point Goob has?
It's the same.
Oh. Yeah, I mean 2 of those for 90 points, 1 of these for 80. Double the number of missiles firing at once. That could be a worse deal. I wonder if it's a competitive spots. What's this guy doing?
He's just CV hunting.
Gotcha. I do kind of wish these guys could get up a little bit farther and spot a CV, because that would be a really nice pickup. If you get this into +3 territory, I think that would be really scary. And are you going for it in center?
No, actually, yeah, I think I was putting that guy in center, even that's pretty YOLO.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah, Wargame pathing moment.
Yeah, that was a moment.
It's like option 1, safe road. Option 2, whatever the hell this is. Oh man.
Yeah, Blackhawk kills the command squad.
Because the Strela doesn't have any vision. It's down too far. This was the same spot as he's been. This guy's been here for 35 minutes almost. 32 minutes or something. Just chilling, having a nice time. Yeah. Okay, so that CV is there. Honestly, I'm glad you saw that, because if that had driven up and gotten killed by a rifleman, that would have been really sad. Okay. Longbow number 2. Okay, well we're getting far enough in. I'm gonna ask you, is there anything that you wish you could have done differently? Not in terms of like hindsight's 2020, I got countered and clearly I'd counter my opponent's opener, but in terms of like dealing with what you got, maybe different buys, different positioning in response to things that you saw. Anything that comes to mind there?
Just pushing the 2 towns and pushing Dimitri and Elena when he had nothing in the beginning, especially after getting Boris decapped.
Gotcha, so trying to be a little bit more sticky in terms of having zone of control here, rather than going all the way in for Boris.
Oh, going all the way in is fine since I ended up decapping it. But like the stuff I bought after should have gone towards Gregory. It should have went towards Dimitri and Elena.
Oh, you're... So first off, I think those are nice points. Second, that was that spotted off the longbow?
Yes.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, it was a tad bit annoying.
Well, good thing you had a spare CV, and I'm curious where this one is. We haven't seen it yet, and the Pivads is over here. I almost wonder if he's capped it on this side. Maybe if he felt more secure sort of in this area between Dimitri and Elena. Or that could be... There it is, isn't it? That's a Humvee CP. Yeah. Fair enough. So with 5 minutes left, you're up by 67-ish points. And is that... No, that's not a CV there. And ticking +2. That's a pretty cozy spot to be in.
Yeah, I mean, the match felt much scarier for like the first 20 or mid game, you know, first 30 minutes. She didn't want A2 push, but then after that, just like.
So you had
OP.
you had a worse opener but a better endgame. And then last time where you had the better opener and the much more scary endgame. It's kind of goofy. I like it. So, while I've got you here, I do want to ask, what's your favorite deck? I don't think I've ever asked you this.
It's really hard to say, actually. I'm very much a flavor of the month kind of guy.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, least favorite should be a little bit easier.
I don't know. The meta things? I mean, like, it's not really, since...
Fair. So if I ever see you playing Baltic Moto, should I give someone a call and ask if you're doing alright, or is it a possibility for you in the future?
Well, no, I really like winning and learning, so I will play things I don't like unspec decks, or meta decks, like Blue Moto, if I'm trying to get Brig or something. You know, necessary sacrifice.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, I also used to hate Scandi Mech, and sometimes you try a deck that you think you hate, and it ends up being something really nice. So, I'm excited to see what you play next. I'm excited to see what gets you to Brig, which, so you're Lieutenant Colonel here, but I think you said you're Colonel now?
Yeah.
So things are trending up then, that's nice. It's good to hear.
I mean, it's mostly, you know, just sniping Maurice.
So when I pop back in and your Brig Gen, so the appropriate question to ask is how many times you put Maurice back down to Major, or...
Yeah, at my last 20 ranked games, I'd say 17 to 18 of them have been against Maurice.
Holy. And how much do you win, how much do you lose usually against this particular opponent?
And of those last... Okay, let me think. It's ever since I started the my Moto streak, I think I'm somewhere around maybe 12-2 against them.
That's darn
like
nice.
I had like a straight up 10-game win streak against them after I started playing Moto.
I don't think I've played against Maurice since I put an AMX-10 RC behind his spawn on Mudfight. I should really ping him for a game again.
Yeah, he's a lot better than he was, especially now that he's playing more meta decks.
Yeah, well, like, this was about a month ago, but it was before he started playing USA at all. He was still playing only France, pretty much, sometimes USSR. But I've seen him play a lot of USA recently. And
yeah, no, he's significantly better than just a month ago.
Huh. Cool. Well, I'm excited to see it. We've got about a minute or so left. Let's speed through it just a bit here, because this looks like a very much game that's already over. And I'm curious to see some of the standout units. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
None come to mind.
Fair enough. Well, you know, I just want to say it's been a pleasure having you on. I don't think we've recorded anything before, but you're always welcome back. 3680, 3D10, very solid game there. A wider gap than the last one recorded. And, well, to everyone hanging around, thank you for doing so. We'll see you again real soon.